Hello, folks. Welcome back to Vegan Delicious. I'm Rose, and I am excited to bring you into my kitchen. I'm doing a lot more of these ad hoc videos to just show you what I'm doing at the time. So it's evening here. We had a great lunch, and now I feel peckish for my hubby and I feel peckish for something a little bit sweet. So what we're going to do is we're going to be making some really super simple banana bread, and what we're going to be using is ground flax seeds to replace our egg. We're going to be using chia seeds. I've got some bananas that I had peeled and kind of crushed a little bit and then froze them. And I wasn't ready to make a banana bread at the time, but I am now. So they're a deep, dark, full flavored banana. And so that's what's in this bag here. I've got some coconut oil. We're going to be using pink salt, cinnamon. We're also going to be using rum essence and vanilla extract versus vanilla essence. Look up on Google why that's worthwhile. I'm going to be using some yeast, sugar, and some raisins. I've got some raisins or sultanas that I mix. Nutmeg. I'm going to be using oat milk. Any oat milk or any vegan milk will be fine. And for the flour, I'm going to be using wholemeal flour as opposed to white flour. So this is like brown flour. And that's pretty much it. I might end up putting other things in, which I can't think of right now, but I'll do it as I'm going along. So this is going to be something that you will be able to do yourself at home. And I'd love to know your results. Let me know what your favorite cake is. Let's get started. All right. So first of all, what I'm going to do is do 2 tablespoons of the ground flaxseed into a bowl, a very small bowl, and I'm going to put a little bit of water on that so that it can start to develop that gloopy egg texture that we want, which will help to kind of bind everything together. So let's get started with that. And I'm just going to put roughly a 1/4 cup of water with it. And give that a quick little stir with a chopstick. It's actually a satay stick, but you get the picture. And then I'm just going to leave that to the side. Okay. And we'll put that in a short while. The other thing I want to do is I'm going to proof a tablespoon of yeast, which will help to make our banana cake, our banana bread rise. So I'm just going to do a tablespoon of this yeast. And this is a pretty good yeast. The name doesn't matter, just get one that's good in whatever country you live in. So this is 1 tablespoon, just under 1 tablespoon. I think probably, let's get, all right, I've got some more here. That's pretty much right. So I'm just going to put that, and I want to put slightly warm water on it. Not hot, definitely not hot because you'll kill the yeast, but just slightly warm water, kind of something you'd feed to a baby. Very warm. So hold on a moment. I'm just going to pour that in. And I'm just going to add a little bit of water to 2 tablespoons. Again, give that little mix, not much, just enough for it to know something's happening. That's very active yeast, already reacting quite a lot. I'm just going to leave that to the side. All right, so I'm going to leave that one to the side now. All right, now we're going to get all of our dry ingredients together. And I'm going to go for 3 cups of the wholemeal flour. Ha! This is why I should always read the labels. That's vital wheat gluten. That's a blooper. Ignore this. I'm going to get the right flour. That was hilarious. Good thing I know the difference between my flours. I was like, that looks way too pure and white to be wholemeal. Here it is. I'm going to go ahead and add 3 cups. And you don't have to be too exact. Be messy, it's fine. And I usually don't measure as much as this, but I want to kind of at least give you somewhat of a guide. I might add a little bit more flour once I get going, but 3 should start us off. Let's do 3.5. Because I want to make this and then not have to make anything else for dessert for another week. All right, now let's add all the rest of our dry ingredients. We're going to go for 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. If you don't like cinnamon, don't add it, no problem. I like it, so we're adding it. I'm going to go for the same amount of nutmeg. I come from a West Indian background, and nutmeg is a huge part of our culture. We use it in drinks and in puddings, and it's really, really good. So I think I just put 3 in there. I don't care. I really love the taste of nutmeg. All right, we're gonna do a quarter teaspoon of salt. That's pink salt. Do just over that. Okay, we'll need it. It's good to have a bit of salt in a cake. You need a bit of the balance, and because it has yeast in there, the yeast will also help the sugar not to become too massive. All right, so now we need some sugar. We're not going to use a lot of sugar because that banana that I've got is extremely sweet, potentially even sickly sweet. I mean, it's very, very, very sweet. So we're going to go ahead and just put 1/2 cup or 1/3 cup. Maybe just go just higher than 1/3 cup. And this is just like brown sugar, but there are browner sugars than this. I just didn't have any in stock. And I've been using coconut sugar recently. I do find that you have to use more of it to get the kind of same flavor. If you want, you could use honey. If you're a vegan and you don't wish to use honey, you could use stevia, either stevia liquid or stevia powder. Or you could use other fruits to give it the rest of the sugary flavor that you're after. That is just about a quarter. Sorry, that was just over 1/3. Just over 1/3, so heading towards 1/2 cup. Okay, so the last bits of things that I want to put in, I'm going to go ahead and put the chia seeds in now. Probably not a great idea, but I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. I would rather kind of get them situated before I start mixing too much liquid, because chia will get its own fluffiness going on. And I put 2 or 3 tablespoons of that. I quite like chia seeds. It gives a good boost of vitamins and protein, and I need that, so that's why that's going in. I think I've pretty much got on all of the dry ingredients, so I'm just going to quickly whisk them together to combine quickly. Nothing too fancy. All right. Now let's get our liquidy stuff together, and we'll then combine them afterwards. So in terms of our liquid, we're going to go for 1/3 cup of oil, because we love a moist cake. If you want more moisture in your cake, you can use applesauce. I don't have any applesauce, so we're not going to use that. We're going to use this, the remainder of my vanilla essence, but I'm going to add a little bit of water in there because of vanilla extract, my bad, because I want to get all the goodness out the bottom. Okay, now we're going to get the rum essence, and I'm going to go ahead and put 2 tablespoons of that in there. I really love the flavor here, and it really boosts the flavor. It doesn't taste of alcohol when you have it. 2 and a bit. It doesn't taste of alcohol. It just tastes flavory. I don't know how to say that, but it tastes really, really good. And this is a cake that people are always asking me to make, so must be doing something right. Okay, so here are the last things we want to do. We want to get some milk in there. So let's go ahead and go for a 1/4 cup of milk. This is what it looks like after 10 minutes. You can see this is already risen. And the big one is also rising. So I'm going to give that another, maybe another 10 minutes before I cook it. All right, folks, I am watching a movie, so I left everything to rise for a bit longer. So all in all, everything has been rising for around an hour. You can see the difference in how much the height is on this, on the main one. This is not cooked yet, but it looks really good, right? And then the baby, you can see it's getting good and fluffy now, and it's rising up. Remember when I pointed out earlier, I'd like it to get to kind of just above that ridge. So it's getting there now. And it looked like such a small amount before, right? But it's risen really nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this one to the side because I have a really small oven. And I'm going to go ahead and cook the first cake first for about an hour. And I'm going to just leave this baby here to rise. And I'm going to go ahead and add this one to the oven. And the next time you see it, it will be beautiful, golden and cooked, ready to cool and eat. Hi, and welcome back. Okay, so it's been 45 minutes. I have a small oven. If you have a bigger normal size oven, it might take about an hour. So it's already cooked. This is the one that was rising for the extra time. So this is still uncooked. I'm going to put this into cook in a moment. But I want to show you the one that has cooked, and it looks beautiful. The whole house smells amazing. So here she is. This is our beautiful cooked banana cake. I used a skewer to put it through the middle before I took it out of the oven, and you see it comes out clean. That's when you know it's done, and it's done well. It's always best to keep your cake either in the tin or on a cooling rack and let it cool down a little bit, especially with such a large cake. You don't want to kind of cut into it straight away because it's still actually cooking. The fact that it's still as hot as it is, it's still working on the cooking process. So I'm going to just go ahead and put this one in the oven, and then I'm going to show you a few things that you can do to make the cake extra special and even more delicious. So what I want to show you is on the top, looks a little bit dry. It's not actually dry. The inside will actually be quite moist, but I want to get this really nice sticky layer, and some people will wait until it cools down. I, however, will not. And if you can see here, all I'm going to do is take 1 teaspoon of, this is mango jam, but you could have like a mango jam or an apricot jam or whatever you want. There's something that's similar in color. And this is a pretty good natural one, which is just mango, cane sugar, and citric acid. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take 1 spoon of that, add a little bit of water to it. This is mineral water, just in a bottle. Just add a little bit of water to that. And then I'm going to brush it so that as the cake cools, it will cool and bond with it really well and be nice and sticky. And when you bite into that, it's just going to have a nice little flavor on top. This particular cake doesn't need any icing at all. It just needs, doesn't even need this really, but it will give it a lovely seal. And as you can see, it makes it look even more pretty. Just give that a light brush. And this is nothing fancy, it's just to make it look better. Now, if you came to somebody's house and they gave you a piece of cake, which side would you prefer it to look like? This side or this side? I know I prefer this side. Just looks a little bit more polished. Then just rub that in beautifully. And then I'm going to take this out and put it on a rack so that it can cool. And my hubby wants to taste. He's not interested in waiting for this to cool down, so I might cut a little bit off the corner, but I'm okay to wait for a little longer. And that's it. This will give us a nice, beautiful glaze kind of look. And that just looks like a really nice bakery quality cake that you can make at home with a few bananas and the ingredients you have on hand. Just going to bring this closer to you so you can have another look. The pan is still quite hot. So that's it. Look at that. This beautiful, beautiful cake. Looks so good. So we're going to go ahead and pop it out and just place it on this. It's actually a steam rack, but it will do the job. Isn't that lovely? I'll take you in for a closer view. And that's our cake. Delicious homemade banana cake. Again, it is better to wait for it to cool, but I'm going to go ahead and slice a little corner bit for my hubby to taste, because we've waited for a couple of hours for it. Okay, here we go. Get a little plate to put it on. Just want to show you the inside, what it looks like. Try to get the aspect ratio. There we go. Looks so good. And you see the currants are just moist and glistening. Just looks so good, and the smell is incredible. This smell is really taking over the whole house. And in my experience, it tastes even better the day after. It's like all the flavors have melded together. If you're staying in a hot country, you will probably need to refrigerate this. Or a hot city, I tend to refrigerate it, and then I will warm it up when we want to eat it. But I usually take out whatever I think we're going to eat that day. I'll cut that part and then take that out of the fridge in the morning, so it will be room temperature. And then I will go ahead and warm it as we want to eat it. So let me show you what it looks like. This is our beautiful cake ready to eat. Oh, that's so good. A-okay. Really, really delicious. So that's it. Up to you. Over to you. The other cake, you pretty much know what it's going to look like. It's going to be pretty much the same as this one is. I really hope that you get a chance to try this recipe. It's so delicious. Oh, see, now I've tasted that little bit. I want to eat some more. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. That's like bakery store good. Oh, man. I've started now. That is so good. And the jam on the top. Oh no. What have I started? This is incredible. This is incredible. It's really good. Like, wild. Oh man. I defy you not to enjoy it. And guess what? Remember, this is wholemeal flour. So it's a little bit more healthy than just straight refined white flour. I have to eat this whole thing now. Oh my gosh. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Look, I'm going to go and share this with my hubby. And I hope that this thing makes it till tomorrow. It will, but golly. It's going to be really hard to resist. This is amazing. This is roses, homemade, vegan, delicious, gorgeous banana cake. Wild. You've got to try it. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment down below. What's your favorite cake? What cakes would you like to see me make? Oh, wow. I wish it was easier to talk. My mouth is literally watering when I bite into those currants. Oh, man. It's a flavor explosion in my mouth. It's really, really, really great. It's so good. It's kind of hot, but... And it's moist as well. It's not dry at all. It's really nice and moist. It's really, really delicious, guys. Guys, gals, and everyone. So anyway, please remember to like, share, subscribe. Please let your friends know. Share it on Facebook. Share it on WhatsApp. And help me to grow the channel and continue to improve all of the things that I do, that I'm sharing with you. Let me know what you want to see me cooking, and just help me to create great things for you. I really appreciate you guys so much. I am so excited about being able to share the things that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, and I hope that you're learning from them and making things that are delicious in your home. I'm always reading your comments, and I will always reply to your comments, even if you're cheeky. Especially if you're cheeky, you'll get cheeky me back. But I really, really love you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.